the layman can understand it. I'm no doctor. The layman can understand the study, and I would encourage the readers to read it. I think it's worth reading because he, number one, establishes that masks are ineffective. In a medical, rigorous study that they are ineffective. Even medical masks, even N95s, even properly worn, that this virus is simply molecularly too small, right, masks. And by the way, we know just intuitively that makes sense because when we look at places in the country where masking is basically universal, places like California, like my hometown of Chicago, like New York City, we still know that the virus has spread like crazy, and in some cases actually has spread quite a bit more in the places that are the most significantly restrictive and locked compared to places where there is very little masking. So I think, we just intuitively from a common sense perspective realize this, that masks have not worked. But this is a scientific study, again, posted on the NIH website. That is the link I provided. I quoted from the actual study about the inefficacy of masks. I added just one line of my own commentary, dehumanizing and ineffective. And for that, Twitter took it down, took my account down. I'm now restored and back on. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to stop talking about it. So I'm sure it's not long before I will ban entirely from Twitter.
Again, the fact that it is a government-published study doesn't even matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they took you down, not just that tweet.
Correct. I could not access Twitter at all. Not only could I not post, I didn't realize that's how that worked. I hadn't been put in
Oh,
Twitter
you couldn't even oh my God, you couldn't access the other Twitter.
I couldn't get to Twitter. And you know what? Which, shame on me, and I'm fixing this now in my own life, is I realize how much I depend on Twitter just for my political news and my knowledge, and to do broadcasting, right? And it really was a hamstring to not have that.
I understand.
And I've got to fix that because I don't want to be dependent on it, and because in all likelihood I anticipate I will get banned permanently. It's sort of a system, so now I've got a big strike. And I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm not going to be intimidated. To your point, too, about children, as a father, this drove me crazy. My son, in a very abbreviated basketball season, because Governor Pritzker in Illinois, one of the worst governors in America, forbade sports for almost all of the school year. Now, at the very
yeah, we're really having dropouts
finally
here.
Allowed basketball. Okay, so we were able to play basketball, thank goodness. And my son loves hoops, and I love watching and coached him for years. But you know what? These poor children, they had to wear masks in basketball on the court, Dennis. I mean, you know how high-intensity cardiovascular the sport of basketball.
We can only pray that at some point in the future, this generation will be regarded as bizarre and irrational as those who believed in witches.
And I agree with you. I think it is abusive. Not only is it it's not a mistake to make children wear masks.
2-year-olds on airplanes? 2-year-olds? These people are sick.
It's because statistically, again, let's rely on the data, right? These people claim to be the party of science, the people who are locking us down and who are forcing children who respect science. The science tells us that for children, the regular seasonal flu is far more dangerous than is COVID-19.
That is right. That's why. Yes.
And we have never required that children play basketball with masks on to prevent the flu. Because it would be a ridiculous risk-reward calculation, right? It would be absurd. And all of life, to some extent, is a risk-reward calculation, right, that we all make every single day.
Not to some extent. It's exactly what it is. What is the price is the only intelligent question. All right, listen, you let me know when you start your TV thing, and I will happily promote it.
Please, and please come on as well.
I will happily come on.
You've got a face for television, Dennis. Not just radio.
I know, wasted on radio, completely wasted. Be well, my friend. He's terrific. God. Do you understand, folks? He put up a study that Twitter doesn't agree with.